he ended the date by calling his mom, telling her that he met his future bride, that we were going to give her grandchildren.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode, actually episode 53 of Candid Cloud Convos.
We are your hosts as always. We don't switch up on y'all. It's Gina and Emelita, and we're back this week, and it's Valentine's Day.
So we got some stories for you.
Yes. We got
But
some
before we get there,
Valentine's content.
yeah, let's jump into that chisme chatter. We always start, with the lower.
We wanted to bring attention and awareness to what happened in Turkey and Syria. And I think there's also some other smaller countries in that area that were also affected because it was such a strong earthquake. It was like a 7.8, they said. And it's just like torn down really old ancient buildings, and there's this one building that was like a castle looking thing. I don't know what it was used for, but they showed pictures of what it used to look like and how it looks now, and it's just devastating. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's so sad. I keep seeing like videos or certain things like popping up on my feed about it.
Yeah,
And they're really hard to watch.
the stomach.
Like it's really sad. So
they estimated that by the end of all of like the cleanup with all the, what is it called, like rubbish, or what is it called,
yeah,
like all the debris and stuff.
yeah.
They estimated that there's probably going to be like 20,000 plus deaths, unfortunately. Right now, the toll is already more than 8,700 people.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like it's insane to think about how quickly
Mm-hmm.
that probably, well,
Because the whole
quickly, but
building
also
just
not like
on them.
some of them are probably like trapped and then
Yeah.
that happened. So
there was a newborn baby that they were able to save, actually, which was,
it's so,
yeah,
to think of the way they all had to experience that, like children,
yeah,
kids,
and feeling so alone, because by that point you can't obviously see other people around you, or like that alone feeling of like, what do I do? And probably shock, but also pain and being trapped, like feeling helpless. Like I cannot even imagine. So we'll be adding some resources to the description box. If you're able to share or help in any way, check them out. We just want to move past it. It's really hard to like say something, but we feel like not obligated, but we feel like it's something huge that happened, so we want to talk about it and spread awareness. But then it's also hard to just move on and be like, all right, so now we're gonna have a great time, you know? So we're gonna have
I don't know how people do it on the news, like broadcasters and stuff, or
they probably have to like separate themselves, like, oh, it's just a story,
yeah, but then like switch into something super positive.
Oh yeah, back to you, Gina.
Yeah, like, great. So
we have new listeners in another country this week.
Yeah,
which is not a lie. That's true. It really did happen.
Very true and very exciting.
Yes, we have new listeners in Iraq.
So what cool. How do you say hi?
I don't know.
Okay, so I think I know how it, I see it right here on how to say it. I just again don't know how to say it right. Marhaba.
Sounded good.
So, respectfully.
Right. Respectfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here and adding to the family, our little pod club we got going on over here.
We're a very small community, but with big love nonetheless.
Yeah. And the next thing, girl, I want to get your opinion on this, because when I read about it, I was like, what the fudge? Like, how the, I don't know how I feel. So I'm going to ask your opinion. So I was reading that they're proposing a new bill, or it actually was proposed, that would allow Massachusetts prison inmates prison inmates to donate their organs for lesser time on their sentence. And so the legislation would give anywhere from 60 days to a whole year off their sentence. And I don't know if that's per organ or like per person or 2 for 1. Like I have no idea what that looks like. But I just seen that and I was like, whoa, like, is that legal? Like, obviously not yet because they're trying to get it proposed, but like,
yeah,
it just doesn't sound legal.
ethical. I think more in like, I don't know, because even like, do they really be keeping them as healthy as they should be for them to be able to donate their organs to someone that needs a healthy, like,
like a fair chance.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's that. And then also it should be, I get that maybe like, what is it, 60 days to a year? Like, I know that's not that much time, but also depending on what they did, I feel like they still shouldn't be allowed to get that.
Yeah. Like, I wonder if it'll be certain offenses.
Mm-hmm.
Because you unaliving somebody and then getting to donate a kidney to get lesser time, I just feel like I'm not fudging with that.
They really gotta be, I'm just worried about the health part of it. Like, are they,
is it When's the last time they had a vitamin?
Like, I want the best. I wouldn't want to go through the whole process of getting a transplant. And it's like a one that's not even as healthy as it could be, as it should be.
Or if I'm gonna have to go through this again in a couple of years and not have a chance because it's gonna be worse.
Yeah. And like, or is it like, hey, I can donate a kidney?
Yeah.
And like, then I already served this much time. I only had a year left. So I'll just donate my kidney and now I get to get out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Like, is there more like good morals and good energy behind that? Because also you wouldn't know any information about the person who donated to you regardless. So would you know that they're a criminal and that like I'm very much a believer in like energy transferring, you know what I'm saying? So if you were to give me an organ of somebody who's like kind of, got that serial killer type of
blood running through their veins.
Exactly. That might not be so true, but like in my head, that's what I would think. And you would never know because you're not really supposed to know about the person who donated to you. So how would that feel?
Don't move to Massachusetts. That's what I'm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess that really isn't. It could be anywhere. The organ could go anywhere.
Starting it there, I guess. Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Like it could.
As long as it's frozen.
They got it thawed out.
Yeah.
Hey, can you start defrosting the kidney?
Right. I watched Grace a lot, so I know that they just put it in the little cooler.
Yeah.
Go on the helicopter and
it's right there.
Get their business handled. Yeah. So how does that work? I really am curious to see if it passes, number one, and number two, what the ending goal for them looks like. Because like it is cool to like, I guess, promote to another crowd, but I just don't know.
Yeah, I'm there's a lot of questions. I got a lot of questions and I need to know more about
the health factors.
Yeah. No about that.
We'll let it go for now.
Well, until we get more information.
Yeah. Okay, you have an update PSA for us, Gina?
I do. I have an update for all dog owners because I never really heard about this. And I was like, I feel like this is something that all dog owners should know. Right. Or if you have a dog.
It would be your fault if you didn't share.
Yeah. Right. So it's called gastric torsion. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Torsion.
We'll put it on the screen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So pretty much it's like when your dog's like when they bloat, like when their stomach and everything bloats. Mm-hmm. But they say that it happens a lot if you like just fed your dog and then take them out to go running or something like that. So like if they get super like run super fast and then like right after they eat, they could get bloated enough to the point where like they could die.
Oh my God.
Like that serious. Like if you get it like checked in pretty quickly, then there's a good survival rate. But if you don't know the signs of it, then you could just think like, oh, maybe something's wrong or like something like that. But you don't think that it could be the gastric torsion and then they die. you know, because you didn't take them enough in time.
Yeah.
So pretty much it's like, if their abdomen's bloated, but like if their head is super super low and their tail kind of like a C almost, yeah, like if both ends are crunched in, like and they're bloated right there, like that's a sign of them having that.
They'll be acting different, I'm assuming.
They should. Oh yeah, well their whole like demeanor will be completely different because they're probably trying to like fetal position type thing of like
when we get cramps.
Exactly, yeah. And so just to know those little signs, and if like you would think, oh shit, like I just fed them and now they were running around, let them digest their food first so that doesn't happen. Right. I'm like, that's really scary because you would think like, oh, they just ate, they got energy, let's go for a walk or a run or like play or whatever. Yeah. But it's like, let them kind of chill for a little bit, then you can go do that. I
usually always walk them first and then I feed them.
And some people like if they don't know, they're gonna do however. Yeah.
I think it just works out with my routine that way. Like I don't do that because I do that. I definitely didn't know that. But in my head, like with my routine, it just makes more sense because then I just feed them and then I can go do what I have to do, you know?
Yeah. So in case you're not doing that, maybe you want to switching it up a little bit. And,
or at least give them some time to like fully digest their food after.
Yeah.
And I
also, like that's really scary.
I also found out that like kibble is really, I've kind of known that kibble is not really good for them. And it dehydrates them. I'm used to having something that dry. So that's why like Rex, he drinks a lot of water. And Chev was asking this lady who makes her own dog food at like a store place. I don't know. And she was saying how like, yeah, you need to get them on like wet food or at least hydrate the kibbles itself or whatever. Yeah. Like, okay. So yeah, just so you guys know that too, you got to be very careful. And you can add, I guess their diet can add a lot of years to their life too. So if you can do it when they're a little bit younger or catch it as soon as you can and really put good ingredients into their bodies, then you can put a lot of years on their life apparently. So I was like, oh my God.
No, that makes sense. I remember hearing this guy, he like raises and trains I never really know how to say the name of this breed correctly, like cane corsos or cane.
I've heard cane corso.
Yeah, that's I heard it too. So I don't know how to say it. Cane corso, cane corso. But he was saying that anytime people ask him like, oh, what kibble do you recommend? He's like, I would never recommend any kibble. He goes, I think it's all garbage pretty much. Yeah. And like as much as I would love to give them a raw diet or like, you know, just a way healthier diet, obviously kibble is like a cheaper option that still like is going to give them some type of nutrition. Right. But then I heard that too, where it's like at least like add water or broth, like a bone broth or chicken, like whatever broth. Yeah. To their food. Like yogurt. So like and eggs, anything that's just gonna add like some kind of hydration to it. It's supposed to be a lot better for them. But with Sage, it's kind of hard because she doesn't eat all at once anymore. Right. She'll eat. It'll get bad. Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not gonna have a yogurt thing sitting in there, or like it gets even if it's just water, it gets soggy and then it's completely different.
The expand and she's never gonna go back for that. She's gonna look at it like, girl, I'm not eating that.
Yeah, I don't blame her. I was like, I do not blame you. Bless you. And I'm like, oh, it's kind of hard because she won't eat it all at once. Right. If she did, great. But she likes to go back and forth every so often. So we have to add in those things like in between. Yeah. You know? Right. I'm like, I can't add the yogurt with
give her like small portions at a time. Like
like once she finishes her food, then I add the yogurt. So then she can she'll eat the yogurt at once, but not the kibble at once, you know? Right. Unless she's like really hungry.
Right. I did it today where I added the Greek yogurt and they did pretty good. Like I mixed it around a little bit and like let it sit for a second, and then they ate it right away. But sometimes we also add like the pumpkin puree. It's supposed to be good for their stomachs and all that too. So
for digestion and stuff.
Yeah, little tips that we learn, we can always share them with you guys too, because we're all just trying to do our best. Yeah. You know? Everything's expensive. We're just trying to do our best over here.
Do our best with what we got.
Exactly. Exactly. And then in last week's episode, Gina talked about the documentary, Jonah Hill's documentary, right? Where he kind of interviews with his psychologist. I think he was a psychologist, not a psychiatrist. Or is he a psychiatrist?
I think he was a psychiatrist.
Okay.
Could be wrong. I don't
specifically remember. With his mental health doctor. And he kind of like asked him questions, and pretty much it was like you said, more about the the doctor rather than Jonah. But he does talk about like some things that he learned along the way and how he like completely changed his life and stuff. And so I told y'all I was gonna watch it, which I did. However, Gina is very, very, very correct when she says like you have to watch it a couple times, or like, I don't know, be
however many times it takes
than us, I guess, because Lord, I was like, oh my God, like there's so much that he says, but he just says it so nonchalant that you don't even realize like that is what he just said, and like putting it together. Maybe I'm just slow, which very much could be the case, but I was just like hella later after that I would be like, oh wow, like that's what he meant, or like it was crazy. It's a good documentary for sure.
What was something that you really liked about it?
I wrote down when he talked about depression and relationships with people, how you don't forget that there's people that you care about, but you are more like withdrawn from them, like you feel further away from them, but it's because you're isolating yourself and because you feel like a certain way. So I was just like, oh, I've never heard someone explain it that way, because I'm the same way. When I get really depressed, I will like not hide like duck and hide, but like isolate. Exactly. And then it does feel like sometimes like, oh, no one else understands what I'm going through, so I just have to deal with this alone. Like you don't feel as connected to people when you're feeling like that. And I was like, that's a really good way that he put it. I like that a lot. And then when he talked about journaling and how you can release things that you didn't even know were there or were bothering you or something, he was like, that's like the best form to get with your, what did he call it, like inner
oh my God,
your life force.
Yes, the life force. So that's like, what it was.
With your life force. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. And like I feel like as you're writing, you would think of other things to put, like your mind just races, you know? So I feel like that does make a lot of sense, that you would write down something that you didn't even know you needed to write down. Or didn't even know that you were holding on to, because you got there from all the other stuff, you know? So that was really cool. Those were a couple things that stood out to me. And then after that, I stopped taking notes and I was just watching it, but I definitely have to watch it again, like for sure. At least maybe even 2 times more. It was really, really good though. I liked how it was easy to
so much information.
But there's so much information, and he explains it in such a way that you understand it and you take something from it. It's like you were saying, like you don't just go and, oh, I really liked what he was talking about, how your friends give you advice and your doctor, like your psychiatrist or whatever, just asks you how you feel, and you want it to be the other way around, you know? Like you're paying for this and they're just, you know, putting it back on you, versus your friends who are like giving it willingly, you know, giving advice willingly, and they don't have like a degree to go off of, you know? So I was like,
this is just what I think, but
take it with a grain of salt, girl. Not a doctor. That's why when we've done like little advice videos or parts of the videos for podcasts, we always have to put a disclaimer, like we are not licensed therapists, we do not know nothing, but this is what we think about it, because we don't have any learning experience besides the ones that we learned from life, you know? Definitely a good, I was gonna say a good read. It was definitely a good watch.
Dude, one of the parts that we thought was so funny is there's a part in it where he's like, oh, this is all, you know, we wear the same clothes and we've been filming for months, but you know, we're filming it to look like it's been the same day, like one session. And all this stuff. And then he's like,
even never guessed that.
Never. I literally thought up until then that it was one session. And so and then he's like, he goes, even like I cut my hair, and since then, and he takes off his he was wearing a wig to look like the same hairstyle that he had at that time, right? And so we're like, oh, that's kind of funny, you know, he's wearing a wig. But then so he
like
said, you know, he's like, you know, all of this is fake and blah blah blah. And then it cuts.
I really didn't realize that they were filming on different days. Like I never would have tripped off that had they not called attention to it.
Exactly. And so he's talking, saying how, oh, all of this is fake and blah blah blah. I just wanted, you know, them to know also. And then it cuts to like showing the therapist, even though he's not saying anything, it's still Jonah talking. And then when it shows him back, he had put the wig back on.
He said, don't catch me slipping.
He's like, I'm gonna show you that it's fake, but I'm gonna keep it on for the rest of the movie, just so you know. And we thought it was so fucking funny because it just cut to him having it back on.
And
it
was probably a different day.
Yeah, dude, it was so funny because have you ever seen that video of Ray J? I don't know, I don't remember what show it was on, but Ray J had a beanie on, and every scene, or not even scene, but every clip it cut to, it's on a different part of his head.
No, I've never seen that.
Dude, I'm gonna send it to you after this.
Okay.
It's so fucking funny. But it reminded me of that because it's like one time his hair's there, then it's not, then it's back on.
Little pop on.
Yeah, but also their humor together, like the way they could joke around together, I really
Yeah.
liked, because it showed they had an actual relationship, not just like, oh, this is my therapist, but like you literally know me on a very deep personal level, so we can have a certain type of relationship with each other. And I thought that was cool.
And it was cool because when he was talking about like, in the beginning when he was like, can you at least say a couple jokes here and there, like, so it's not just me talking. And I was like, that's really funny because Jonah Hill's obviously a comedian, so
yeah,
he's probably in uncomfortable. I wonder, do you think comedians revert to comedy when they're uncomfortable, or do you think that they stay away from that because that's their default as work?
Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, I've heard most of them say like they use humor to cope, like
so it's like their default. Like I feel like that's how I am too. Either I'll get quiet or I'll try and like
just joke around about it. Yeah, you don't laugh, you'll cry.
Yeah, honestly, I wish it wasn't the motto, but I feel like it kind of is.
Yeah, we'll get to a point where that's not the case.
Exactly. Maybe in our 30s. We'll be more in tuned, which is what I look forward to.
God willing. God bless.
Right. Period. So yeah, guys, that was the chisme for this week. Hopefully you got informed about something. Hopefully you learned something. And if not, go watch the documentary and you will learn something for sure. Definitely. We're gonna get into our Galentine's portion of this episode. Valentines.
However you like to celebrate.
Ina has yet to ask me to be her Valentine, and I just don't know why, but we got a week-ish. It's fine.
Should I do it in front of the world?
No, I'll let audience.
I'll let it be a more intimate proposal.
Wow, I love that. No, but we actually did celebrate one Galentine's together.
That was great.
It was so fun. We just watched. Did we watch a movie or did we watch videos? I think we were just watching videos and shows.
We watched videos. We had some food. You made the little board. We had the like chalkboard thing.
Mm-hmm.
You had like decorated the board. We sat in the loft on the beanbags and just chilled.
Yeah. It was so much fun. Definitely want to do that again. Do you have any Valentine's memories? Even like as a kid?
As a kid, I always just remember like getting the little cards, and I think it was also the prep for the day of like the next day was really fun, that you get to like write all your friends or your classmates' names and stuff, and like, make sure you get everybody and all these things. And if you liked somebody or had like a little crush, you did maybe like an extra little heart or like an extra exclamation point. Yeah, like something is like you're special.
Differentiate. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was always fun.
Yeah.
I think because everyone was included.
Yeah. And then it was cool to see what other kids were into, because you know how they usually had like different characters or different stuff. So it was cool to be like, oh, I like this too, or I've never seen that before. That's cool. So just a cute little thing. I feel like when you're kids, when you're kids like that, everything just feels so special. I feel like, you know, but you don't realize that at the time. You just think I'm a kid and that's what's supposed to happen, like, because it happened the year before, you know. But as an adult, you look back and like, that was cute. Like, I really like that teachers did that.
Yeah.
Super cute. And any excuse to have a party in the classroom was
an excuse to not have to do the schoolwork.
Exactly. Was a lit.
Yeah. Like when it was someone's birthday and they brought pizza and cupcakes and you're like, oh my God, God bless you. I'm so excited.
Or 90s kids, 2000s kids, y'all know when they wheeled in that
the TV on
the cart thing, like the double-decker cart, like you knew it was gonna be a good day. Yeah. Especially with the sub. Oh, top tier vibe. How are we gonna get into
yours favorite though?
Yours? No, I didn't. I would say in high school, it was like the first Valentine's Day that I actually had my own money to buy a gift for Chev. And I just remember buying him literally an Usher cologne. And then I think like a teddy bear or something like that, and some chocolate or Kit Kats. I just remember like he was so excited because he's like, dang, like the cologne actually smells good for one, which obviously I have good taste. Why would you question that? And then it was just like a cute thing to do when you were like all booed up back in high school, like, oh, who get you, blah blah blah. Like it was just cute, you know? So that's just a memory that came to my mind off the top of my head. But you know, I remember that for sure.
Was it your first like Valentine's Day boot up or no?
I think so.
Well, maybe that's why too. That's like the first,
so, yeah.
Because it's like the first kind of everything.
Yeah,
it's really special
because it was freshman year.
That's so cute.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I left it in my locker, and I think he went to my locker to get it because we couldn't see each other like in passing period or something. And he like went to my locker and got it, and then he put my gift in the locker. So when
what a time to be like, let's surprise each other with locker stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
what a time to be alive. It was just a different time.
I completely forgot about that stuff, like lockers and leaving things inside the lockers,
putting notes through the little stuff. All right, let's get into these stories because I feel like they're gonna be so funny. I also noticed.
Okay, how many are we doing?
I think I found 5. Some of them are short though.
Okay.
But I feel like I noticed a pattern, and I want to talk about that after.
Okay.
I think we need to have a group discussion. Okay. Do you want to go first?
No, I think I went first last time.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, really fine.
Do you want me to go first?
I'm just kidding. Okay. So this one's like super funny. Okay. It's just one of the shortest ones I have. So I just wanted to get it out the way. Okay. Oh, did we say what we were talking about? Did we even say what we were talking about?
We did not. We actually did it. You guys, it's a week. It's been a week. Okay. We're just, got a lot of stuff going on. We're
doing our best.
We're doing our best.
Working along.
They're like, it's fine. We're not.
No one cares.
We're just the ones that are fucking.
Because we overanalyze everything. We probably already said it, and during editing, it's probably going to be very, very apparent that we've already said what we were talking about. But if you missed it, we're going to be doing bad date stories or horrible first dates, just dates in general, date experiences. I couldn't find any of them that specifically said that they were Valentine's Day, but same.
Right. It's just
same thing. Yeah. So, horrible first dates. Let's go. I had a pretty bad tummy ache, but she was trying to get weird.
Trying to get freaky.
She was trying to get freaky. So I just went along with it, and we were kissing on her bed. I let out this huge fart, and we stared at each other for an eternity. And then I was trying to apologize as I puked on her bed, and I ran out of her apartment.
No.
I'm wondering if homeboy had like stomach flu or something.
Food poisoning or
something.
Ugh.
That would be.
And this was just like a hookup? Like it was just a date? Like
it was just a date. And it was their first date. So, number 1, don't be inviting men to your house on a first date. Number 2, I wonder if they were already feeling kind of weird. And then was like, I'm gonna just go along with it because she wanted to get weird.
But he knew in the back of his mind that like this isn't gonna go well.
Yeah, something's gonna happen here.
He's gonna do one thrust and he
they didn't even make it that far.
No. Had they, I don't think it would have been. I think it ended when it needed to.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't expect a call back.
I'm actually, no, definitely not. Like blocked and deleted immediately.
Yeah.
All her friends know too.
Yeah, all her friends know.
With any of her friends on Tinder or wherever the heck,
they know.
You're done.
Yeah.
You're done. You should just move at this point. You should literally just move. Imagine
the whole town knows.
If you've seen her at the grocery store after that, how would you ever live that down? And it's a good thing he didn't undress, because it would have been a lot harder to run out of the apartment naked without your clothes and throw up all over you.
Well, did he still have it all over him, like all over his
Said he
clothes too, though? Maybe
threw up on her bed, so maybe none of it got on him. But had he been like naked, that could.
Ooh, hopefully that girl has a mattress protector on, because for that to get in your mattress, bro,
and you don't even know this person that much. And now you gotta clean up. He didn't even ask if he could clean it up first. He just left.
No, he just ran out.
I don't even know you like that, and you want me to clean up your throw up?
I'm so glad to not be dating. I'm so glad.
Babe, I don't know what the fuck I would do.
I think I would call you guys. I would call you and I'd be like, you need to come over here right now because I'm about to lose my ever loving mind and having to clean this up all by myself.
Literally, as embarrassing as it probably was for him, it's probably more traumatizing for her, because now she's just stuck with it, and she was all hot and heavy, you know. And now she's like, not only is the mood fucking ruined,
she's all thinking like, was it that bad?
Was it me?
Was it me?
Yeah, that was my first one. A little what do you call it? Little teaser.
Okay, so this one says, in high school, I went out for Valentine's Day with my then boyfriend. We had been dating for almost a year, but this was the first time we ever really went anywhere. And she put typical high school relationship, I guess.
So we got to go nowhere.
She's like, so we got dinner, and right before we left, we exchanged presents. I was going to a fine arts school at this point, so I had made him something in class that I was really proud of and hid a gift card to a store he loved inside. He gave me one of those $5 stuffed animals from Walgreens and just kind of threw it at me with no card or anything. After that, we were walking to the car. He's taken up the entire sidewalk almost, so I'm trying to walk through the mushy grass. It had been raining in heels. I fall in the mud, practically ruin my dress, and he laughs at me. The worst part is that he didn't even take the present I worked so hard to make for him. He accidentally left it at my house when he dropped me off. I still have it too. Moment of silence. Yeah. What? Yeah, he didn't care at all, but at all.
Baby girl, he did not deserve that handmade gift. I'm glad you have it, because he does not deserve it, and he probably would have threw it away anyways.
Oh, that's true. That's probably fucking true.
Oh my god, I hope she's not with him still.
No, she said then boyfriend.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah,
girl.
But I was like,
I'm pissed off for her.
See, that's the thing, is like she says one of those $5 stuffed animals, and it's like, it's not about the fact that it's that, but it's also that it just, there was no thought to it. And he didn't, like, and she made something like for him, you know.
I don't think I would have been mad if that's what you gave me, and that's like, you know, the best that you can do. Like, that's fine. But you're gonna throw it at me and like not even
no sentiment.
No. Like, what the heck? Like,
but like, why are you taking up so much of the sidewalk that I have to walk in the grass and you're still not, and it's wet and you're not saying anything? Like, you're just still allowing me to.
You're gonna laugh at me? Boy, Valentine's Day is canceled.
I'm like, if this were to happen on any other day, it would still be a problem. But you're really gonna do it on Valentine's Day of all days?
If it was her birthday,
probably would still do it.
You're right.
By the sound of him, like, that's just
that's a trash ass boy. That's a trash ass boy right there.
Yeah.
She dodged a bullet. Horrible. I'm glad she's not with him anymore. Okay.
I guess mine kind of have a theme too.
You've noticed that?
Yeah. Yeah. Now that
I was like, hold up. Well, wait a minute. Why are all boys the same? Okay. This one is from 3 years ago. So fairly recent. I was bored in a new city and decided to go on a Tinder date. When chatting, the guy seemed polite and his picture looked cute. Girl. He just had one picture. Red flag. He said he was in high school. Oh no. I read that wrong. I skipped the whole line. He said he was a high school teacher. Oh. Woo! That would have definitely made sense or didn't make sense for the story later if that was the case, because that's illegal. He said he was a high school teacher, so I thought it would be interesting to go out with him. We arranged at a why do people see? I can't read already, and then people want to play me and not write it properly. Okay. It's like my brain can't think ahead enough to say this is not how it's supposed to be said. I just read it and then realize
you're reading it and saying it as you're reading.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to correct it because it's not spelled and the grammar is wrong. So I'm trying. Okay, should I just start over?
You're like, this is not me, guys. This ain't me.
I can't read. You're right. But this is bad. Okay. He's a high school teacher. She thought it would be interesting. They decide to meet up at a jazz club or jazz bar. I saw him from a distance, and I shit you not, this dude was so effing short. Like, and they say like munchkin size. I don't believe in that, but they say like munchkin size. Okay, not me, not my words. I decide to go through it anyways, just to see if maybe we had a nice personality connection. Personality/connection.
Okay.
We get in the bar and he starts talking arrogantly about how such and such student of his is so dumb, how he went out with other girls and they were dumb, etc. In terms of getting drinks, he said, I'll watch your bag while you go get your drink. Wow, dude, such a gentleman. Can't even pay a few bucks for a girl's drink on a first date? Throughout, I did that because she put a question mark. Throughout the night, as he talked, I noticed he literally had 2 front teeth missing.
Wait, throughout the night? How did you not notice that off the jump? Like,
it's like,
well, why did it take you so long?
I couldn't look away. At the end of the night, he was like, I guess I'll drive you home since it's late, acting like it was a massive effing favor. Yeah, unmatched quickly. What a douche.
My God, why did you go on the date? Like, you clearly do not want to be there and do not like want to be a part of this experience. So why are we here?
I would have rather you cancel last minute than be a complete douchewad on the date.
Right. And I don't need to hear about how you think so many people are dumb, and like, why is that the first thing you want to talk to me about on our first date?
Right. How, and I wonder, she said he was talking arrogantly, so he was probably saying like, so dumb compared to me, like trying to hype himself up, like, no, you just sound dumb and a hater.
You sound like a very
unhappy
narcissistic person, to be honest. Like, no one else is great, but I'm great, and no one else that I've met so far has matched my greatness. So, you know.
And you don't either, because I guess I'll take you home. Like, what?
It's like,
but I'll find my own ride because I don't want to be in your car with all this.
And I'll take my purse with me. Thanks.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
that's weird.
I seen a TikTok where, and I don't know if it was real, but like, she never showed either of their faces. It was like she was recording, but with the camera down. And that she had went on a date with a guy, and she thought like it started off with, oh, he's such a gentleman. Like, he took her to this place, and he's saying like, oh, I can order for you, and blah blah blah. But he had ordered something, and that's not what she wanted. So she was like, oh, I think, you know, when she comes back, like, I'm gonna get this, like, this sounds good. He goes, no, like, I come here all the time, I'm gonna order for you, like, trust me, you're gonna love it. And she's like, yeah, but like, well, this really sounds good though, like, I want this, like, so I'm gonna get this. He's like, no. He goes, you've never been to this place, I know this place, I'm gonna get you this.
The one eating it.
And then, and even like to the drink, then at the end, because she already was like, I'm not gonna, like, she pretty much knew, like, I'm not gonna go on another date with this guy. She's like, oh, I'll take care of my part of the bill. He goes, and he got so serious and was like, no, like, you are not gonna embarrass me in this like restaurant. She's like, okay. And like, because she was like, no, it's fine, like, I always do this on the first date, like, I'll take care of him. He's like, no. And he got like super serious, like his whole voice changed. And she was like, okay, like, just don't make a scene, like, fine, pay for it.
The one embarrassing me now.
But yeah, because he started to get like loud kind of. And so she's like, you know what, like, okay, fine, you take care of it, just to avoid him making a scene in the place.
Oh no.
Like, how horrible. And trying to play himself off, if he's like a quote unquote gentleman, but it's more of you're controlling. Like,
what the
like,
I think it is cute sometimes to be like, oh, like, I'll order for you, blah blah blah. If it's
something that I say like, oh yeah, I really like
approved,
that, and
you know,
yeah, like, oh yeah, that sounds good, or like, okay, great, they're really good here. Let me like, I'll order it.
yeah. And if you know
Okay.
what I personally like to eat, you just met me.
Yeah.
You can't just say, "Oh, you've never been here before. You don't know how the food is, so you shouldn't order that." Like, okay, if I try it and I don't like it, then
That's
I
fine.
took a chance. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's no, that's too much.
I'm like, I was like,
Entitlement.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay. This one's a little bit different. A few years back, got the nice M&S Valentine's meal deal and was sitting with my boyfriend enjoying the sea bass. A little bone got stuck in my throat, poking me and making me cough. Kept coughing, couldn't shift it, started to panic, ran to the loo, coughing even more, gagged a bit, and then regurgitated the bone and fish like a mother penguin. Bit
It probably was so loud in that bathroom.
And someone
in there.
Someone commented and was like, probably not the kind of choking on a bone that he was hoping for.
Can we get through dinner? God dang.
I'd be like, are you that's and I think we even said it one time. I was like, I feel like that would be so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's life threatening. I could literally die.
Yeah.
No, but it's also so embarrassing that if I'm choking on something and someone has to come and do the Heimlich on me,
right,
I'd be mortified. Like, I'm like, we're leaving right now.
And how do you think that would go for me? Because when I start choking on, like, let's just say my spit, right, or water, I will cough repeatedly, then I end up sneezing, then I end up burping, then I end up coughing more. So like, how if I was genuinely choking, do you think that would happen?
You probably wouldn't even have the air to sneeze, like do anything else. It would just,
just die because I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, I think it'd be.
And if that process can't process, then I'm still gonna be choking.
I know a gift. I'm gonna get you a gift of it's a thing called a life back. It's pretty much like, it's like a mask, like those oxygen masks, but it has a little like shoot, like pump thing at the on the other end. So if someone's choking, you put the mask on, you go like, you suction, push forward, and pop, and it's supposed to pull out whatever object is lodged in their throat. It's actually obviously not sponsored. We're not sponsored at all, but
not even by a long shot.
Yeah, but it's saved like babies' lives, kids' lives, multiple. There's like, it's been caught like on like people's security, like their Ring cameras, or at a restaurant. There's one, it's so hard to watch, but I keep watching it. And of like a baby that was choking at a restaurant. I think she had given him like bread or a pancake or something like that, and the baby was choking, and she's like screaming out, can someone please help me, like my baby's choking, they're trying to get it out, it's not working. And a guy heard it, ran to his car, he had a life vac, came back in, used it, came right out. Like the baby was already turning colors. He said like it was getting really bad.
Yeah.
People are like consoling the mom, she's hysterically crying, doesn't know what to do, and it saved the baby's life. And
wow.
Yeah, but like I've seen a few of them where it's like babies were choking on something and it did the job.
Yeah.
That's
really cool, actually.
Right?
I'll link it down below in our Amazon storefront.
If we had a code to give you guys, we would, but we don't. So
that reminds me of like in medical assisting class, we had gotten these like they were keychains, but it was for the face barrier for CPR.
Oh yeah.
Those are really cool too.
They are,
like, to keep just in case, because you don't know this person. If you're just out and about, you don't know this person and their germs, but you want to save their life, so you just put over the barrier thing, and I think it clips on like their ears or something, so it doesn't come off, and then or like hooks around the ears, like kind of like a mask. And just the mouth part has a slit, so you can obviously put air in, but it covers their lips and stuff. Or like someone, God forbid, you just happen to see someone who has herpes, and now you're like, my life or death, I don't know.
Like, I'm just gonna keep doing the compressions and we'll keep it at that.
Right.
Like,
blow it into like your hand.
I'm like, can I just do it in your nose or something?
Yeah, but they're literally dying. I don't know. Yeah, I would feel selfish, but at the same time,
at least you're still helping.
You're right. I try.
You're still keeping their heart pumping until someone else gets there and they can put, use their equipment.
Right. But if you have a barrier, you very much can help that person.
Yeah.
Shout out. Yeah. Also, not sponsored. I met this dude at the movies, and first of all, he lied about his height. Mind you, I'm 5'7", and he told me he was about the same height. He was about the same height. Nope. He shows up 5'3" or 5'4". Next, he didn't have enough money for both tickets or anything to get at the concession stand, which I understand because that is a lot of money you can be spending there. But also, if you're inviting someone to a date, like, you know, do it something you can afford, probably.
Yeah, save up a little bit.
Yeah, just wait, postpone if you have to.
Yeah.
Everyone goes through things, but just like
communicate that.
Yeah, you want to put your best
about communication. Forward. Yeah.
So he didn't have enough money to get both, but I decided to stay and continue with the date he invited me to. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, but it ended up being awkward, and I didn't like how he lied. No connection from me, but he was trying to get closer, and I was not feeling it at all. As soon as I left, I did tell him about him lying and not paying for anything, and he said he was sorry and wanted to try again.
Nope. He does it again.
He said, nope, I blocked him after that.
Damn. She's like, at least she finished out the date, you know? Like, she finished it out, didn't, like, waste his time.
Didn't cause a scene.
Yeah, didn't embarrass him.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like, okay, I'm not interested, though, after this.
Right. But also, why lie about your height? Like, I know guys do that a lot. But is it not apparent that when you get in person that it's going to be very obvious that you lied? Like, I don't get that.
And what's you going to be, how are you going to talk yourself out of that?
Right.
Like, talk your way out of it.
And if you thought, oh, she's going to be disappointed, you probably should have just been truthful in the beginning. Because you're right.
But had she known, like, it might have been a different story. But the fact that now she's like, it's like, oh, okay, so he's already lied. This is already how this is going.
Yeah, and what else has he lied about? If he's gonna lie about something stupid like his height.
Yeah. So this one says, I bought my wife a microwave for our first Valentine's Day back in 2005. She had just moved into her new place and needed a microwave. Not sure why everyone didn't see how thoughtful I was being.
Okay.
So I guess she didn't like it.
Oh, that was it?
That was it.
Oh, okay.
And so he's saying that, like, she didn't like it, and everyone he told, like, oh yeah, I got her a microwave as a gift for Valentine's Day, told him that it wasn't a good gift. I thought that was a good gift.
I think people need to mind their business.
I thought, like, oh damn, he sees that there's something she's in need of.
Right. And the acts of service.
Yeah, you know, like
something off her plate.
He was thoughtful. He knows, like, oh, she needs it.
I've done it when we first moved into a place and I didn't realize that it didn't have a microwave. I was like, oh, it was really actually kind of hard to live without a microwave for a little bit. And I was like, huh, that's like,
I don't really think about it that much.
Exactly. Yeah. Because like heating up food, even if it's leftovers, like you have to do the most to go heat it up instead of just popping it in the microwave, you know?
Yeah.
So it was just like annoying. So I would have been very, very appreciative of that.
Yeah. I was like, it doesn't, I guess maybe because like, oh, it's not like a quote unquote romantic gift, but it's a gift nonetheless. Yeah. And he was very thoughtful in it.
Something you needed. So
yeah. So you're just not going to accept it or not going to be happy about it. But I bet when you're warming up your food later on the day, you're going to be real happy that he brought it over to you. Yeah.
Don't use it. That's rude. Or like if you don't have a lot of money and you just say like, oh, like, can I make you a dinner? Like, can I cook for you? Like, that would be so thoughtful and nice.
Oh, I've loved that.
Yeah, and groceries are expensive. So to have to buy groceries and a gift, that's not.
And you cooked. Like, you cooked something for me. You took the time out of your day and like made something that you knew I would like.
Right.
I'm 100% happy with that.
I'm on board.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
See, I'm grateful as
I know. That's what I think it comes down to. Like, we're not very materialistic people, but there are very materialistic people out there. And it's very sad that they don't
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think, and that to me is like, okay, so hold on. Let me see if, okay, no, I don't think I screenshot. There was one that I seen that was like saying that a guy had stopped by her apartment on Valentine's Day, but there was a store right by it, and she could tell that the gift he got her, it was like one of those fake flowers, and then a small stuffed animal or something. And she's like, before you guys call me, you know, messed up for not appreciating those gifts, she goes, I could tell it was a last minute thought. And that's more, I think, is what it is if it's not about, oh, it's just a stuffed animal, or it was just, you know,
or he just
flowers
got
or
it from the
whatever.
corner store or whatever.
Yeah, it's more of the fact that you didn't put any thought into it. You just are like, I'm gonna pick up the quickest, easiest thing for me to not have to think about it and give this to her so that
right,
she doesn't say anything.
yeah.
But it's not, it's the fact that you picked something out that you knew I would like. You thought about something that you knew I would like, and you got that from
And
me.
you took
Even if it's like,
day.
yeah, even if it is a small cheap thing. What if it was like, let's say for me, a stuffed turtle, because
right.
you know I love turtles. That would be really sweet.
Yeah.
You know? But if you get me like a stuffed spider animal, I'm gonna be like, now you just really
Because I
didn't put
hate
no thought.
spiders. Make
You
it
don't
make
know.
sense.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's more of that. It's more just like put some thought into it, put some
Right.
effort.
You
You
don't
know?
have to spend that much money. Draw me a
No.
picture of a sea turtle.
Write me a letter.
Call it a day.
Yeah. Oh my God. There was another one that was like, he gave me a blank Valentine's Day card because, and then said that it's because he didn't know what to write in it. I'm like,
Okay, that's cheap. That's
I'm like, why didn't you just pick a card also that had something written in it?
yeah.
And even then, you're still supposed to write something. But like, why did you get one that was completely blank inside?
You didn't
To
even
then
put
say,
Happy Valentine's Day. Love so
he's
and
like, it's on the front of the card. I'm like, I think she says they're not together no more. But like,
good, because these
damn.
girls will definitely settle for the worst, like smallest amount of effort.
Yeah.
And it's just, girl, you deserve so much more. Like that breaks my heart
Because
for people. It really
if
does.
he ever says, at least I got you something, leave.
Immediately.
Yeah. That's horrible.
Immediately. And even if you don't have money like that, just schedule your date after Valentine's Day.
Yeah. It doesn't
Everything's
have
gonna
to
be
be.
cheaper,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be able to buy something, you know, or find something. Hopefully, it's not sold out, but you can still make it work with minimal amount of money. You know,
Yeah.
going on a picnic doesn't cost that much money. You can just get a couple little snacks or whatever, and that's such a thoughtful thing. You know.
Yeah.
And the quality time, like even if you don't spend money on an actual gift, if you know that person's love language, you can cater it to their like love language and how you
If
love
you love to paint, get a couple canvases, paint
yeah,
something together.
it's really not that hard to make any holiday special or a birthday special, but you have to be willing to put in the effort for it, you know.
Yeah. I feel like those gifts of like flowers and chocolates or a stuffed animal is more for, not to say you can't get those if you've like been dating somebody, obviously, but like I feel like it works out better if you're going, you know, some like if people are single and they're like, oh, I don't want to be single on Valentine's Day, like, or I don't want to not have a date for Valentine's Day. So they go on a good date with someone they don't really know.
Right.
Okay, yeah, show up with something, and you don't know this person, so okay, that makes
That's a
sense,
good,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, but like if you know this person, if you've been dating this person, I just feel like put a little more
It's
thought into it, you
mediocre
know?
to revert back to that
Yeah,
if you know what someone genuinely likes.
exactly.
I agree. I agree. Okay. This is where I started noticing a pattern.
Okay.
All right. I was a college freshman, first week of school. I was in my dorm hangout area going through the calendar on my phone to add exams to my schedule. I didn't realize that the quote unquote nice guy was looking over my shoulder as I was doing so. Kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I see you don't have any plans on Saturday. We're going to breakfast. I continually objected and said I just hadn't gotten around to adding anything to my calendar yet. He wouldn't leave me alone about it all week, so eventually I agreed to go on Saturday. I was purposely on my worst behavior in an attempt to repulse him because clearly my opinion didn't matter otherwise. He ended the date by calling his mom, telling her that he met his future bride, that we were going to give her grandchildren. He handed the phone to me, so I straight up told his mother that I had no interest and was only there because he wouldn't leave me be, and apparently acting like a barnyard animal wasn't enough of a turnoff. Mom laughed and said, "Sounds like my boy."
No.
Oh my god. And there's one paragraph left. He would sit on the couch outside my dorm door to bombard me whenever I tried to go out anywhere, followed me to and from classes for 2 months and tried to befriend my roommate to get closer to me before moving on to a new target. She ended up with a restraining order against him.
Oh my God, this guy sounds like, first off, a stalker.
Yeah.
But like something that could lead to a freaking serial killer or something.
Yeah. The story
that's scary.
And the mom's just like, oh yeah, that's just how he is.
Yep, that's my boy.
Girl, he's harassing women and you think that's just cool? Like,
that's scary. That's scary. 2 months from one day where she said, I don't like you and I have no interest in being with you.
And he said, Mama, we giving you your
it's the one. I'm getting her pregnant tonight.
That's honestly scary.
Yeah.
That's scary. And if he really developed feelings that quickly, I'm concerned.
With her acting like that?
Yeah. Like, you have no standards?
Apparently not.
That's crazy.
That's really that's just really scary. Like I would have gotten a restraining order on him too.
I would regret going to college. She met him the first week she was there. Like that.
He knows where she lives.
For a good,
Yeah. Like he literally knows exactly where her dorm is.
That's honestly what also scares me about college and like dorms and stuff. Because if you do live on campus, then it's very easy to find out where someone lives. And I'm sure those dorms lock, but someone has access to them at all times.
Yeah, there's so many people going in and out that like who's to know, he wasn't invited here or something. Like
exactly. And you're an adult, so they're not going to tell you can't have people in your dorm. But I've also heard stories, this is totally getting off on a tangent, but I've also heard stories where like the resident assistant or whatever, like the RA ends up being the weird person, and like they have access to all your rooms and stuff, so like that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
It's just college. We don't recommend it. No. We just never went. So
yeah, so we don't know. This is all based off,
speculation.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy.
That is crazy though.
This one's kind of similar to one I've already said. Okay. But
it's okay, we're noticing patterns.
Yes. It said was with the guy 2 to 3 years at this point. First, I know he straight up forgot about Valentine's Day. I mentioned this one actually. I thought it wasn't this one, but okay. So he shows up with the $5 gas station gift of a single fake flower and a pack of peanut butter cups. Now, before you call me shallow, the gas station was directly next to my apartment building, and I saw it earlier the same day. Pretty positive he swung by there on his way over. The makeup gift was an earring and a necklace set. Yay, right? Wrong. My ears are not and never have been pierced. He got her earrings. And she's never had earrings.
Do you think that's an honest mistake or
they've been together 2 to 3 years?
Oh, you're right.
That's not no honest mistake. You don't know nothing about me. Okay,
if you've been together for 2 to 3 years and you just stopped at the gas station real quick, then I do think that's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the makeup gift is something that I don't have. My ears are not pierced, and you got me earrings?
When you said an earring set, I was like, oh, he got her literally just one earring.
He's like, it's a look. You'll look good.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I'm gonna get you a makeup gift. He gets her the little sticker ones we used to wear when we were kids.
He's like, here, you wear one and I'll wear the other.
Yeah.
They'll be matching. That's messed up.
Yeah, that's trash.
Both the gifts.
That's trash. I don't like that.
Like, if anything, just get me the necklace, okay? But like, you got me earrings, and like at this point, you don't know that my ears are not pierced.
You don't pay attention that much,
right? You've never seen me wear earrings, but at all up to this point.
He turns around. He's like, "I was gonna take you to go get them."
Surprise!
And there's some cheap ass earrings that are gonna turn her freaking.
He takes it to Claire's.
Piercing pagoda.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've definitely gotten my ears pierced there though. At both.
I've got my ears pierced at Claire's.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a rite of passage, I think.
I think so.
At least it was back in our day.
In our day, it was a different time. Okay. Okay. We were we were friends in high school and most of college. It was one of those things where he was a friend of a friend, but we always went to the same parties, hung together in the same group, and so on. So they knew each other.
Okay.
The guys in the group would always say things like, "Oh man, you and Kyle will be so great together. You should give him a shot." I'd kind of laugh it off because for a majority of the time I had a boyfriend. Eventually, me and said boyfriend broke up. I love when people like talk like that. I think it's just so funny. Never mind. Anyways, eventually, me and the boyfriend broke up. And about a week later, Kyle asked me out. I wasn't really ready, but I figured it was a first date and everyone had been pressuring me into giving this guy a chance, so I went. Don't let people pressure you. Don't do that.
Right.
The whole evening was awkward. Awkward, awkward. Enough to say it 3 times, it must have been awkward. Right. We just ordered a pizza and watched movies, which was what we did in our friend group anyways, but this guy would not stop staring at me. I felt like I couldn't even eat because I was under a microscope. The evening ended eventually, but then there was the aftermath. We kept texting and seeing each other in the friend group, and about a week later, he asked when we can have another date. I told him that maybe I had rushed into things because I wasn't really feeling any connection with him. He flips out and says, I broke up with my girlfriend for you. Yup. Dude found out I was single, dumped his girlfriend of 8 months just so he could ask me out on an awkward pizza date in his bedroom. The timely cherry on top is that they got back together and apparently I'm tearing their marriage apart. Marriage?
They got married?
Oh my God.
Apparently, I skipped a few details.
I know. Apparently I'm tearing. Oh!
He's like, I still think about you and that date in our room.
No, it's worse. It's worse. The timely cherry on top is that they got back together and apparently I'm tearing their marriage apart because she found a bunch of texts from me from like 6 years ago and he admitted that he kept them because he still likes me and I haven't seen him in 4 years.
All of this sounds like it has nothing to do with her. Like, right? Genuinely, I'm like, she didn't do nothing.
No.
I'll be like, I didn't ask you to break up with your girlfriend. I didn't even know you had a girlfriend. You asked me on a date. That had you
4 years later. 4 years later, said girlfriend, who's now wife, gets mad that you kept text messages. That ain't got shit to do with me.
Exactly. Again, none of my business. Like that. Talk to your husband about that.
Literally, and the fact that women really will take it out on the other female or the other woman. I know people don't like saying the word female. I really don't mind it, but whatever.
Yeah.
That boggles my damn mind. Like, how can you go back to bed and sleep with this man in your bed?
He's the one who betrayed you.
That's what I'm saying. He's the one who owes you loyalty.
Yeah. Like, unless the girl is either like a friend or family member or someone she knew, like that y'all knew we were together, then both of you guys are wrong. But if she didn't know, he's the one who's lying. He's the one who cheated. Like,
and it makes me so mad. So feral mad.
Or even the worst, the ones where the girl like a guy reaches out to a girl, tries to hit her up, and then the girl sees, oh damn, he has a girlfriend. Let me let the girl know, hey, like just wanted to let you know this is your man's doing this. Yes. And then the girl flips it on the woman's like,
you shouldn't have replied.
Why are you following him? Why is he following you? It's distracting. But I'm like, talk to your man. At this point, I have nothing else to say to you.
Literally, like, you cannot gaslight me into making this my problem.
Be like, he's obviously not going to be the one to tell you I did, but now it's not my problem. You go deal with him.
And I've heard so many people be like, oh, well, in that case, like, I just wouldn't say anything to the girl because then it like messes up my relationship with her. Like, if they did know each other. And I'm just like,
no.
Where did we go wrong as a society that's what happens? Right. And it's acceptable to some.
I'd be like, look, okay, I can only understand that. I'm trying to think. I can only understand that if you've been told the girl, like, however many times, like, hey, you know, this happened. Hey, you know, this happened too. And hey, like, I seen this again, you know, just wanting to let you know. And then she still is continuously just going to stay with him and like nothing happens, or she always gets mad. Every time you tell her, be like, you know what, like, in the future, I'm just not going to say anything to you anymore. But I'm letting you know that I've already told you many times that he's not been loyal to you. He's not been faithful. Right. If you decide to stay in that, then that's your business. That's your decision. But I'm just letting you know, like.
And why are we giving these boys so many chances? Like
that
what?
part.
Like what?
That part. Yeah.
What?
And look, yes, we are in happy relationships, but that's not to say like I've never experienced being cheated on or anything like that. Like I have experienced that. And as much as it sucks and it hurts so bad, like you just gotta at a certain point, you just find your worth. You figure out, is this gonna be a good relationship or not?
Right.
If it continues, don't stay in that relationship.
Yeah. It's like fooled me once, shame on you. Fooled me twice, shame on me.
Yeah, and anytime after that too, like.
Oh, I'm not gonna let it get past 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like
I am a believer in second chances. People make mistakes, especially when you're young. But on the other side,
when it's consistent,
that is their behavior. Yes. If it's consistent, like you can't give someone the benefit of the doubt at that point. If it's consistent, that's just who they are.
Yeah, they're showing you, like they have no problem showing you exactly who they are. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Ooh. Okay, this one's kind of funny. This is the longer one. I'll do the shorter one last.
Okay.
I was working away from home in the middle of nowhere, staying at the local smart country house hotel, largely because there weren't a lot of options. I got back from work. This guy is like very clearly from the UK. He uses a lot of those like words. He says, got back from work, knackered, on Valentine's Day. They called up to the room, trying to encourage me to come down and eat in their restaurant on my own. On a night when the place was full of couples having a romantic dinner, something, I refused and agreed to compromise with a pint and a sandwich in the bar. Came down 10 minutes later, sat in a completely empty bar. A very young waitress, barely suppressing I don't know what that word is, brought me a rather sad sandwich, crisps, and a beer. Hang on, she said. This isn't very cozy. I'll put some music on for you. So she leaves the room. I hear muffled giggles. Then that ghastly Celine Dion song, "Oh, bye." Song starts blaring. Anyway, that's the story of how I paid over £100 a night to have the piss taken out of me by hotel staff on Valentine's Day while many miles away from my family and home. Still makes my blood boil. Really wish I'd complained, but I wasn't going to pack up and leave.
That's so mean.
That's so mean.
Like, that's so embarrassing.
Like, the story is funny. Yes. But to actually do it to somebody is so mean.
I could not imagine, especially if he has like a whole ass family and like,
and he's away from them
for like business and stuff. Oh my God. I'm like, but y'all married. Like,
they're like, but you're by yourself, right?
You're right.
Dude, I would like, maybe they thought, or I mean, probably not, but like maybe they thought, oh, maybe this will make them laugh. Like, but
let's just call attention to the elephant in the room and maybe he'll laugh. Like,
let's make a couple different little comments or jokes before you go to the point of just playing that song while he's sitting there by himself.
Do you know that one song?
But why call him down?
Do you know that one song, I Hope You Dance?
Yeah. I love that song. I actually really like that song.
I don't know why it just reminded me of that. Imagine they put that song in it.
Dude, right after.
Like, we're gonna make fun of you, but we're gonna bring it real back. Like, we're gonna reel it back real quick.
It's just so like I can't think of the word. I'm like
having that attention on you. It's just,
well, the fact that they called him down from his room to have him go down to the bar and do that to him.
And it's empty.
Yeah, like that's
they're like the only guy who is
cynical.
Oh, girl,
yeah.
Moving on.
Hopefully that's a word. I think that's the word I'm looking for, though.
That sounds like a word.
Dude, I seen a video where they say what English sounds like to people from other languages, and it sounds crazy. Like, it sounds so weird.
Sounds stupid, probably.
To hear your own language, obviously, that you completely understand, but to hear how it sounds like to others.
Yeah.
Like, it just sounds so weird. And to me, cynical sounds like it would be one of those words that you're like, the hell's that?
You're like, girl.
You're
No.
like, huh? What?
Girl, no. Okay, should I do the long one?
I mean,
yeah. I was like, I'm kind of waiting for an answer.
I was thinking, I was like,
I think this is the last one anyway, so I don't have a choice.
Okay.
I was like, yes, no.
I'm like, the gears were shifting in my head.
Okay, this one's kind of long. Okay. Still new to online dating, Yahoo personals, so the Stone Ages, bro. Connect with the guy who sounds cute and arrange to meet at his place. We had enough messages back and forth for me to think we were going to go on an actual date and have some drinks, dinner, whatever. I roll up to his place. When he opens the door, I'm a little taken aback. He's shirtless, in sweats, definitely cute, and pulls me inside, planting his lips on mine.
This sounds like a book. Sounds like we're about to get into a steamy book.
Maybe, I'm just kidding. Let's see. I'm still a little prudish and new to this. A wet kiss is not what I was expecting. He manages to pin me down and aggressively make out with me. I finally ask him to cool it, and he gets off me apologizing and tells me he loves me. I got you a present, he says, sprints out of the room and comes back with the heinous beaded necklace, which he puts on me and then starts kissing me again, telling me he loves me. He's, oh God, I didn't read this part of the, I didn't get this far. He's hard as a rock in his sweats, and I'm extremely conflicted. He's fit as F. The D is obviously huge, but I'm uncomfortable, and he's kind of a gross kisser.
Ooh. He's a 10, but he can't kiss.
That's yeah. I managed to you gotta pick and choose what you're willing to deal with, baby. I managed to extract myself, and while he's completely different. While he's panting and surprised, I get past my shyness and explain, I thought we were getting a drink or something. Oh, you want to go out? He says bitterly, throws on some clothes. It says throws on cum clothes. Ew. Throws on some clothes. Where'd it go? Throws on some clothes, drags me out of the apartment by my hand, talking constantly. We go to a bar on the corner. Bartender knows him and immediately gets down shots for us. I'm nervous about how this is going and not sure how to extract myself, so the shots are welcome and they just keep coming. We're getting wasted. He's making out with an
what?
Oh my God.
Sorry, what?
He's making out with another guy. Other guy is kind of making out with me. There's hands in my pants, and before I know it, we're back at his place somehow, and I'm watching them F on the messy living room floor. Girl, I did not read all of this. Oh my God.
This one's taking us for a ride.
Right. Okay, where to stay? They keep trying to drag me in, and I'm way too drunk in my undies, totally unable to. Wait. I may have messed up the story because I assumed that it was a girl writing said story. It is a male writing said story. Okay.
So
let's just take a moment to gather our thoughts.
Catch up with the rest of
everything is fine everything else. The world, but now we understand what's going on.
Yes. Okay. Gotcha.
I'm way too drunk in my undies, totally unable to get hard, and I don't want to. This is a side note. I don't want to. I know I want to leave, but where are my clothes? And in some moment of clarity, dude comes from the bathroom, dude goes to the bathroom, leaving me with his bar buddy. I grab as much of my stuff as I can, and then it's a blur of stumbling into my car to hide. At least present enough to know not to try driving. Good. I was gonna get on it.
Yeah.
I wake up in my car in the parking lot, still in my underwear and shoes only. The sun is The sun is rising, splitting hangover, cold, generally feeling like a total mess, dripping with cold sweat and shame. I put on my shirt, but neither of the pairs of pants of mine. Somehow I managed to grab my keys and wallet when I was gathering stuff. He ended up emailing me a few days later, apologetic, telling me he'd done some speed and was crazy that night, asking for a second chance. There had to be a reason more as to why he was like falling in love right away and all that.
Yeah.
Speed. We met. Oh my God. We met up once to exchange pants, but that crazy look in his eyes was still there. I split and didn't look back.
Good. Why would you have done the speed though if you knew we were going on a date and it was our first time meeting?
Right. And he didn't
Or like he just thought it was gonna be like a hookup and took speed to like keep going for a while or something. I think maybe
so, because he was like, "Oh, you want to go out?" Like,
yeah,
that was.
He probably just thought it was about to be like a crazy hookup.
Oh my God. Damn. But if you didn't specifically say that, why are you expecting that from jump?
Yeah, but also if you guys didn't explain going out on a date and he said just meet me at my house, I guess you also can't assume you're gonna go on a date either.
True.
Like it sounds like there was no plans made at all.
Right. There was no clarity.
Like he just said show up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Real weird. But when I thought it was a girl saying like writing the story, I don't know if you've ever seen, there was like, it was on TikTok. I don't know if this is real or not. There was just so much going on. But it was a wedding and the bride is sitting in the chair and she's shorter, she's small.
Okay.
And so she's sitting in the chair and the husband is like dancing. You could tell he's wasted, right?
Okay.
And so he's dancing and a guy comes up to him and full on starts making out with the groom, right? Like grabbed his butt, like the whole nine, full on.
And the wife's watching.
The wife's sitting in the chair. She needs help to get out of the chair. She's so small. She needs help to get out of the chair. So she's like, everyone's looking like, what is happening? Because it was a full like tongue and all.
Like it was a sight.
It was a sight. And then finally, I don't know how long later, the groom finally like pushes the guy off and the wife is finally on the floor and she's like trying to get in between somewhere or something. And in the comments, it was saying that like the guy was the side piece yeah. So he got jealous that it was their wedding and they got married, that he just was like popped off and was like, went for it. And is like, this is my man. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know if this is real or not, but it was definitely a show. I was like,
why I couldn't even invited to the wedding.
The wife probably didn't know, and the groom probably was just like, "Oh yeah, come." Like, you know, I have no idea.
Piece of shit.
I don't know.
But what an absolute piece of shit.
Yeah, in front of her whole family.
Like, why would you waste somebody's time like that?
Yeah. Why get married?
That's what I'm saying. Why would you waste somebody's time like that?
Oh, there was another one that was really sad.
Freaking sad, dude.
Where it was the day of their wedding. I don't know if they got married, but it was the day of their wedding. She's literally in her wedding dress and she's pounding on the limo windows or like party bus windows or something. They get inside and the groom was naked, pretty much naked with another girl in there.
Girl.
And so she caught him cheating on their wedding day.
When I tell you I'm going to jail that day.
Right. And I feel like if I was a cop and you told me what happened and that's the story, I'm like, you know what?
I'd be like, look at my record. Ain't nothing else on it.
Yeah. I'll be like, I don't blame you. Go home. Go have some loved ones around you. And
where's your best friend? We're gonna make sure you get with her.
Yeah.
And y'all go do something.
Cause
$20, your first drink is on me. Like that's how I would be too. That is the I don't hate a lot of people in this world, but baby,
that's just a different level.
Yeah. And like thankfully enough, it was before the wedding. So you don't have to worry about annulment. You don't got to worry about divorce fees. You dodged a bullet.
You still do have to pay probably the wedding, all the shit you already, spent on the wedding itself.
Hopefully
but
that was on his dime and not hers.
Oof. Yeah, hopefully.
Because be a dumbass.
Dude, I remember seeing people. This is so off topic, but like I remember seeing that a venue the wife had messaged the venue because she's like, hey, so unfortunately my husband passed away, and or like her fiance had passed away, you know, can I get my deposit back, because obviously there will not be a wedding. And they're like, sorry, deposits are non-refundable. And I was, and it ended up going viral. And then like people were like, do not go to, you know, use this, or yeah, like go to this place, this venue or whatever, blah, blah, blah. They really were trying to be like, sorry, that's non-refundable. Like, condolences.
They're like, we'll send flowers.
They're like, it's in the contract. So, but no one this is a different circumstance.
Yeah. It's not like we just broke up and
exactly, you know? Exactly.
Like, I get there does have to be, they're a business. They have to have some type of, you know, like contract or whatever. But ethically, come on.
Like, yeah, like she just lost her freaking
unexpectedly. You really think? Yeah. And then she probably would have used that money for the funeral. That's disgusting.
And to even have to make those phone calls or those emails to say, hey, like to have to
put it in everything. Words.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. God forbid. That's horrible.
Oof, I could not imagine. No. What I was going to say was how people, like, you see so many stories or like movies and stuff where people will have their last like hoorah whatever on their bachelor, like they're like, oh, it's my last single night. Like, you've been in a relationship for how many years? It's
right, you're not single.
What do you mean?
They like say in the like literal term of when you like, let's say when like you do your taxes, yeah, like you're but you've been in a, well, what I would assume was a committed relationship this entire time, but now you supposedly get this one night or this one day to now do whatever you want before we're actually technically married.
And if you did, if both of you did not agree to having that one night, both parties, both of yous, neither of you should be doing that. Neither.
Exactly. And like, why do you want that? Isn't the point of you guys getting married is because you only want this person?
Love each other.
And yeah, so that's me. I mean, me personally, I just think it's weird.
Personally, I think it's
having it
immediately.
Yeah.
Or people be like, "What if they weren't married?" I don't give a damn.
We were in a relationship.
Yes.
Like,
ooh.
Yeah.
And then especially like with I'm not talking down about people who are strippers or like do that type of work or anything, but like, you're gonna fudge up our whole relationship because you want to go have time with a stripper. Like
to me it'd be weird if it was like, oh, you got a personal or like the room or something like that, you know, like
the VIP.
Like if all you and your boys, whatever, like I guess, but for it to be like, now you get this a one-on-one thing, that's really weird.
You got me messed up.
Yeah,
you sure do. You got me messed up.
Let me find out.
When I think of like a bachelorette night, I don't even want to go to a male strip club. That just really grosses me out. It really
a Magic Mike Chippendales.
No.
Have you seen on oh my God, I don't remember what it was called, but when Tia and Tamara had their reality show, they did that.
They called Tia and Tamara.
Oh, was it?
I think so.
Okay, so on Tia and Tamara, I think it was Tamara
was getting
married. Yeah. And she said, I don't want strippers, that like I'm saying right now, whatever you do, I don't want this. And they got it for her anyways. And the guy comes, and I'm like, honestly, like in the moment, like for the guy to be like, just, you know, what
I would go to the bathroom.
Don't get close to me.
I wouldn't even deal with it. I would literally
everybody would be able to see it on my face, like, dude, I said one thing. Like, there's one thing I said I didn't want, and you did that anyways, just because you thought that that's what should be at this thing. But if it's for me, and I said I don't want it, then don't do that.
My boundaries. Yeah. I would find the one single person that was there and be like, you can dance with so and so.
Exactly.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, like you guys have a great time. That's fine, but don't direct it towards me because I already said I didn't want that.
And I'd be honestly pissed off. Because I feel like my night would be ruined, and then causing a scene like that to be like, I don't want this, when I had already prefaced the whole night with that. Now I look like the dumbass and like an asshole.
I look like the bad guy, like the party pooper.
Like you were trying to do something for me, like, oh, you're such a prude, or like, oh, just up. Like, no, I didn't want that to begin with. And it wasn't like
communicated it.
It's not like when it's your birthday and you're like, I don't want anything for my birthday, and someone gets you a gift and you're happy about it, even if it's small.
Yeah, it's not that.
It's not like that. If I say no, I don't want that, respect it, and that's it.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want for your bachelorette party, your party, whatever. Have a freaking ball. I'll film it for you, but I'm not gonna be a part of it. That's just how I feel. I've always felt valid. And it's gross. I don't like it. I've never, even single, I was like, no, like it's just gross to me.
Yeah, like if I was to go to a strip club, because I still haven't yet and I really do want to, but when I do go, I want it to be female strip club.
Yeah, I'd rather see a girl shaking her ass.
To me, it's actually kind of.
I'd rather see a robot shaking her ass. If y'all saw last week's episode.
No, like literally, I feel like it's kind of, me personally, I think it's kind of icky, like seeing a guy gyrate and he's all like oiled up
and like rip their pants off. That is very icky.
It's icky to me. It's not sexy. It's not like, oh my god, like it's not like that. I'm just like, oh, like this is kind of cringy. I don't.
And then the fact that they get so many. Okay, there are some, like not like that type of dancing, but there are some men like Chris Brown, for example, who can dance, and it's like, oh shit, like that's dope.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's completely different from a guy being like, and like I said, we're not judging nobody who does their work however you make your money.
Clearly, there's a love for the field, so
there's a market for it somewhere. Yeah, it's just not here. Okay, but them getting so into it, I feel like that whole process of rubbing the oil and all that, like that's so cringy. It's so cringy.
It's so weird.
You know,
like, oh, even this should have been. I should have mentioned this on last week's episode on our icks. But the guys that like do those like thirst traps, like on when they try to do those TikToks, that like that is the cringiest, ickiest thing to me. Like when TikTok had first kind of started getting big, and there was like dances and stuff, and you just see when they had like the line of guys that were like, this is their friend group, who would one would come and do like something, and then they'd move off to the side, and then the next one would come. Drop. And I'm like, now think about what that looks like behind the scenes, and tell me that's not the cringiest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah,
you know, like be for real, be fucking for real.
I seen Brittany Broski. She did Ix on one of her I don't know what it was, either a video or it was just random that she said it on Instagram, but she said like guys at a concert, and like when they get all like fangirly at a concert, she's like, that's a major ick. And I was like, I could see that, unless it's like a certain artist where it's like they just relate to them, or that music helped them through something, or like it's more of a deeper meaning versus just being like, oh my god, I love them, you know? Like,
I think if it was like maybe like a jumping up and down high pitched scream, like, maybe I would kind of be like, oh, okay, like
you're really into it, huh?
But like if it's not that, if they're just like really like vibing, then I think that's, to me, that's like we're just having fun, you know, like that's cool. But if it's
more like don't make fun of them.
But if it's like
or they want to make fucking posters and shit, like, no, we have a problem now.
I'm like, okay, let's
tone it back,
chill a little bit.
Let's tune it out. You're not a directioner or a believer or something. Like, you need to stop.
A believer. That's hella funny.
Oh my god. Well, that was all of them, right?
Yeah, no, I have one more, but I feel like it's not. It's all right. Yeah,
we'll just stop it right there.
Right.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed these funny stories. What I was going to say is that I noticed a pattern that guys either are lying about themselves in one aspect or another, or they just like they are developing feelings so quickly, and I feel like that's alarming. You know,
that's scary. Yeah, it's scary.
Calling your mom and telling her you done found your bride and all that, like that's a little
much.
Yeah,
intense.
I would think I need to go make a police report. Like, I don't know if this person has a record. Does Tinder check for those types of things? I don't even know.
No idea. They should. That'd be a good
I hope they really do background checks, because that just sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know, because there was the Tinder swindler. Maybe after the Tinder swindler, they put in some kind of background check.
You're right. I know the one that's for like celebrities and influencers. I think it's called Raya. I think they have to specifically apply for it, and they have to be approved. So you really do have to prove that you are who you are, but it's because you're matching with a bunch of people that are rich.
Yeah.
But why, for us common folk, why it can't be the same?
They don't give a shit about us. Yeah.
That's scandalous.
It's where we are.
Yeah, I guess. It's just, that sucks.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for the people who do not have a happy, healthy relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do.
And I hope that it gets better, or you get out of it and find something better for yourself.
Period. And love yourself. And with that being said, I have wisdom of the week this week. Right? Ready to go. You don't need to be good enough for people to love you. Be good enough for yourself, for you to love you.
Love it.
I snap with my ring finger, so if that sounded weird, that's why.
Really?
I do every time.
Oh, it does snap, but that feels so like
I never learned how to snap
me.
with. Yeah, it's awkward if I try my middle.
That's so funny.
One of my weird little quirks or whatever.
Like, I'm so weird.
So quirky. Wow.
So I guess I'm just such a nerd. Like,
I read books. Here's one of them. Like
just in case you wanted to know.
I just finished this, and this is the one I was telling you. I think you should still read it because it is a good book, but the ending, you guys, the last 2 books I've read, the ending is absolute garbage, and I'm over it. Like, why would you spend so much time building up this story to just end it like that? Like, did you just give up? Did you just say?
She said, "I'm tired at this point. Like, I just want to finish the book."
Exhausted. 111 chapters, Gina. 111 chapters. Granted, some of them are literally a page long, but still 111 chapters, and you're gonna skip 7 years ahead in the last chapter to just say what happens, and I'm not gonna tell you because you have to read it, but like,
probably like the most important part that she should have written about, but then didn't and skipped over it.
No, literally, actually. And maybe nobody else cared about that part, but I do.
Because you already, at that point, you're invested. So
I'm so invested.
Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It feels so weird to like jump back in.
I know.
Hope you guys enjoyed these Galentines, or not even, just date stories.
Yeah. It's our Galentine's event, you know, since we can't be together for Valentine's this year. So happy Valentine's Day to all you little lovies. And I hope you guys have a safe and very amazing time together with whoever you love, your friends, your family, your man, your girl,
your dog,
your dogs, yes, your plants. Give them some love. Give them some love.
They deserve it too.
Yeah, yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. First and foremost.
Yes. Your what was it again? Your life force.
Your life force is you.
Your life force is you. And with that, guys, that's the end of our episode. Yeah, bye.
Bye.